Welcome back, my friends, to the show that never ends. I've always wanted to do this like a proper newsreader. You know, they do that at the end, don't they, with their script. It's all bollocks. There's nothing written on here because they're reading it off the screen like I am here. But seeing as newsreaders, I'm going to be talking about a certain one of them in a minute. We better swerve around him. So here's my script here for today. Best just to talk, isn't it? It's the boat show has been on, ladies and gentlemen, and I've been down to the boat show in Southampton. It's fantastic. I've met an ex-wife there and a future wife, maybe, at the Guinness stand. I remember me and Kev years ago after I got divorced from a really particularly... Anyway, I won't go into that. And so we decided that we're not going to go with women anymore, me and Kev. We weren't going to become homosexualities. But we decided, fuck women, or not, as the case may be, on houses. We're going to live on a boat and enjoy ourselves and be carefree pirates. So I went and bought a boat, a Princess 55. It was the biggest boat in the show. Of course, Jim Davidson, OBE. And then we went to the Guinness stand to celebrate, and I looked into the eyes of someone and I said to her, "You're going to be my fourth wife." And she was. It was Tracy. And those 3 pints of Guinness that we bought that day cost me about 8 million quid. Anyway, the boat show has been on and we've seen some fantastic boats. And two mentions. One to a company called Seatag that did up the old Princess Mitchie, now the Lady Natasha. And they've done a fantastic rebuild of a Princess 72. If you're at the boat show, please check it out. And also check this boat out, run by Boats UK, Fairline, the Fairline Squadron 58. It really is a big boat that punches above its weight. And it's got them bits that open up at the side so you can have a bit of a picnic on them. I'd probably better in the Mediterranean than it is in the Solent with a bob it up and spew it over the side. But the boat show is well worth a look. The food there is fantastic. All the Guinness stand, of course, is traditional. And there's lots and lots of stuff to do there. I saw a guy yesterday stood on one of them things with water spurted out of it. He was dressed as Spider-Man. Oh, he was just fantastic. Anyway, let's get on to the talk about lots of things today. But don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, as I said before, for those of you that are not members of Ustream, if you want to go to ustream.com, select an annual package, you can select a monthly, or you can select a life membership for, I don't know, 3 million quid or something ridiculous. And you can actually sign up. If you sign up a annual membership, the first 200, and this started last week, the first 200 that we get, I'm going to randomly select 10 of those, and they're going to get 1 million free gifts. It's a couple of books, all our DVDs, etc., T-shirts, squirrel. You members would know all about that. So you get a good Christmas package worth about, I don't know, retail price about 90 quid. Yes, you've guessed it, it's all old shit we can't sell. But if you want to join up, and don't forget, by joining Ustream, you're supporting the only TV channel that is sticking up for this country. People of all different colours are all pissed off with what's going on with Keir Starmer. Did you see him the other day going to Doncaster races? As he walked through, they're all shouting out, "Wanker, wanker," and resign, and God knows what. And then Nigel Farage walked in with his hat, and they all wanted selfies with him. What does that tell you? Well, let's just talk about what's been going on in the news. We've got convicted newsreader Hugh Edwards. Now, he's just walked free. Well, I say walked free. He's been given a suspended prison sentence after paying for indecent images, allegedly. Well, not allegedly. He has been found guilty of it, hasn't he? Or he pleaded guilty. I think he pleaded guilty. Indecent images of children, and one of them apparently as young as 7. Well, guess what? Now, this move will shock nobody. He's pulled the mental health card, of course, claiming he was suffering with fragile mental health and how he had low self-esteem. You know why? He says he'd gone to Cardiff University rather than Oxford. What? What the fuck has that got to do with kiddie porn? Your mental health suffered because you got caught, probably. That's what your fucking mental health got done. What on earth were you doing? Let's get back to the fucking justice system in this country. Now, we have a system that you can see, right? You can go to jail for a bad tweet, but you can walk free if you pay for images of little children. It's a fucking disgrace, isn't it, really? So, and barristers have pointed out that Hugh Edwards' sentencing, get this, is within the guidelines. It is. The geezer, apparently, that sent him these images, he got a funny sentence as well. It means you walk out and go to McDonald's and buy a machete. No. The questions surely have to be asked. Why have we got to a stage where people are in prison for posting nasty words on social media, where convicted paedophiles are walking the streets? It's a fucking shambles. What is going on? What about these? Do you know what I saw the other day as well? I saw a geezer on a bike drive past this poor woman on her phone, nicked it. I mean, it was quite good. He was quite quick the way he did it. But what is going on? The world's gone fucking mad. We've got sick fuckers walking around with doing all this stuff. Of course, the other thing you've got to ask about Hugh Edwards is the BBC involvement of it all. Do us taxpayers who funded this bloke's ridiculous salary, I mean, and he got a pay rise after he was laid off as well, apparently. After the BBC knew about the accusations against him. So will we get our money back? Will we? Fuck. The world's gone mental. I don't know what it is. Keir Starmer, do you like him? Do you boys like him, you electricians?
Of course we don't.
They're making no comment. They're part of the union. You don't get me, I'm part of the union. Right, Keir Starmer, right? He is as dodgy and corrupt as... He's at the Arthur Daly of fucking politics, isn't he? Now, he used to go mad. He didn't remember when he threw a track about the Conservatives when they were in charge. What was he going on about? And so he was going on about them taking perks and doing this and giving favours. Well, it's come out that the major Labour donor, Lord Wahid Ali, local bloke, not only has he bought his suits and his glasses, but he's also paid for his wife's Victoria's clothes. Now, why would a couple, allegedly worth about 10 million, why they say that about me, but I got fuck all, they're earning 200,000 a year between them, why would someone else need to buy their fucking clothes? What exactly did this bloke get in return? Okay, well, we know he's got access to Downing Street. There's nothing wrong with that. If I had someone paying or sponsoring Ustream here, then I'd allow them to come in whatever they fucking want, right? So are we expected to believe, though, that he was just funding all of this stuff out the goodness of his heart? There's bullshit in it. And Keir Starmer was the first one. What did Boris get? Yeah, Boris apparently had a donor pay for the curtains in Downing Street and a bit of wallpaper, right? Right? And Keir Starmer and that, like, we're going to bring back honesty and integrity. How dare the Prime Minister have his fucking curtains paid for? What a load of bollocks, isn't it? This whole thing stinks. Bunch of fucking freeloading hypocrites and corrupt bastards. And, well, anyway, judging by Angela Rayner's dress sense, right, I'm glad that she hasn't had it funded by Lord Ali. Her dress sense has certainly not been picked by Lord Ali. Stevie Wonder probably did hers. You couldn't make this up, could you, eh? Unbelievable. Listen to this bit then. Bit of politics, then we'll go over to use. Right, so they've scrapped the Rwanda migrant. As soon as Labour got into power, they said, right, the Rwanda deal, no, fuck that. We're not having that. Right, they branded the Conservative Party, and anyone who supported it, racist bigots. Now, Keir Starmer has flown over to Italy to learn more about their plans to send illegal migrants to Albania. Do you know why they're sending illegal immigrants to Albania? Because there's no fucking Albanians there anymore. They're all here. The Albanians are all here. You try get an Uber. Anyway, let's have a little... So, why is it suddenly different when the Labour Party do it? Oh, no, it's not a bad idea, what the Conservatives said. But don't mention it, though, because people will start to like them again. Let's just mention in the big black hole, which brings me back to Rwanda. Right, so we've paid millions to Rwanda, and what's happening? Well, apparently... all the lefty press have always referred to the Italian Prime Minister. Her name's Giorgia Meloni, which means her name really is George, and she's had false melons put on. But they've called her the far-right leader. But since Keir Starmer visited her to talk about the issue about sending migrants there, they're all pals now, and she's gone back to just being called Italian Prime Minister. Funny, isn't it, that? Eh? You couldn't make it up what's going on. If you really want to know what is going on in the world, go and join Ustream now. And if you join for a year, the first 200 past the post will be picked randomly. 10 of you will get the great present. Okay, so I'm going to go over to Ustream now, and I'm going to talk about a lesbian social worker, a lesbian. She was, listen to this, she was disciplined and faced workshop harassment, it says here. Workplace harassment. Not workshop, that's Jay Blades. She got the piss taken out of her and bullied and God knows what. And because, what do you think she did, this lesbian social worker? She laughed when one of her colleagues told her that his sausage dog, now, you can fucking make this, his sausage, have you ever heard a sausage dog fart? Here you go, sausage dog farted. Yorkshire Terrier. Anyway, his sausage dog has now been identified, get this, as gender neutral. He said, my dog is gender neutral, and he puts it in a dress. Yeah, you've heard this correctly. We've now reached a point when you can't even question a sausage dog's gender. He doesn't even like being called a sausage dog. He wants to be called a Jack and Danny dog. We are living in a fucking mad world. This can't be real, can it? This was the woman, the lesbian woman. Elizabeth Pitt, I can almost see her rainbow laces, can't you? She was disciplined for not being inclusive enough and was banned from contacting the council's LGBTQA, MGB, GT, NBPE, PTSD, GAI, STD group. And that's it. She can't speak to them no more. So thank fuck common sense has prevailed. She took them to a tribunal and has been awarded 63,000 quid. Well, good for her. You can buy some more laces, can't you? The world's gone fucking mad. Come and join me now on Ustream and we'll talk about just how bonkers the whole thing is. You can get a chance to see my brand new show here on Ustream before anybody else. Yes, my latest concert up in Great Yarmouth. The greatest hits of Jim Davidson in the Swimming Against the Tide tour. There's been no mention of a disabled games. Now, I wonder why that is. Have they all got better? Anyone from the north of England? Well, f*** off back there. You can now rent this on Ustream. Go to the shop and get it before anyone else sees it.